fight Merab in January. Peter wants to fight Merab in March. I want to fight Merab in April. Merab is absolutely shitting himself, terrified of Umar. I think he will do that. Doesn't mean he doesn't want to fight Umar. Now he's saying he wants to fight Peter. He wanted to fight me. But I mean, it is what it is.
زي السويتاي جد عمر مرابا ليه
وقريت صوي فوتبول
السلام عليكم عليك سلام زكاوة بلش زكاوة بوش بله زميرا بفا خوده
Umar is very young and obviously talented fighter, a very good fighter. But we know what helped him to go so fast and rise up in the division, you know. His family name helped him, you know, he have a big support behind his back. So I believe, to be fair, he needs at least a couple more wins, you know, to be a contender for the belt.
He didn't seem like he's normally like Crash Bandicoot round one, like just non-stop going crazy. This time he seemed more composed. He's in positions, he's picking his shots. Like that, Khamzat could go 5 rounds. A Khamzat like that could go 5 rounds, and that's dangerous for anybody in that division. That Khamzat there, it was impressive to see his growth and intelligence in that fight. Although it was a shorter fight, I could definitely see that being a problem for everybody. The fight that we saw against Usman, where he's going crazy, if he was like that, I think that would have been a very, very different result. It wouldn't be close. You know, I think he would have found a finish potentially as well. So yeah, and again, I'm a massive fan of Whittaker, man.
Brought up Khamzat Chimaev's name up. You're about the only guy that's really bringing up his name. Why Khamzat Chimaev, Bo?
My goal has always been to be UFC champion, pound for pound #1 fighter in the world. And so when I call out guys like Khamzat, that's because I think that he's really good and I want to fight the best guys. I think that this last fight, you know, even though people didn't love the performance, was a great step in the right direction. I dominated a veteran, a guy who has 26 fights for 3 straight rounds, just using striking. I didn't even use my biggest asset. And I think people now are saying, oh, Bo, no, he can't wrestle this or that. Like, bro, trust me, I could wrestle. You could put me in the World Championship, the Olympics, any of the toughest tournament with the toughest guys in the world right now, off 0 wrestling matches in the last 4 years, and I'd still pick me.
Why do you think, I'm just curious, given the landscape and the sport is so popular, maybe I should just say the UFC is so popular, why do you think there is, maybe now more so than ever, such a big gap between the UFC and everyone else?
Because no one's doing it right. I've been with every single one of these promotions. I've signed contracts with almost everyone. And the only one who's done it and had longevity is Bellator. And I paid really close attention when I was with their promotion about how they're behaving, how they're spending money, what they're doing, where we're fighting, all of that. And all that played a key on their longevity and how they stayed around so long. They're the only ones who've done it. Everybody else I've seen, they thought that if I buy the big name, that immediately that'll give me some legitimacy. And they didn't think about the long term, like you know, making money, which ultimately is that's what you need to get to if you want to make your investors happy. So I don't know. All I see is a lot of overspending from every other MMA organization that comes out. They come out, they spend a bunch of money, and their investors get pissed and they tank and get bankrupt in 2-3 years. A lot of them. So UFC, they lapped everyone twice and they're lapping everyone again. So there really is no really other game in town when it comes to MMA.
I think Jones is just playing his cards right. I could see him trying to get Para first. I think he thinks that's probably more of a favorable matchup. Get that one in, and then if that'll build up Aspinall even more, and the demand will be there more. But no, I don't think John's ducking anybody.
Tom is lower on the pound-for-pound rankings. Pereira's up higher. John's in between. And I feel like John's doing something sneaky here, where he's like trying to make people want the Tom Aspinall fight more, and he's acting like he just doesn't want it. And then if they sign him on the fight, he's like, I got you.
Do that. You're currently ranked 14. You know who's number one. Do you look at them now as number one and go, I'm coming for you?
And of course, I always say, like, people always say, oh, do you think you beat Islam Makhachev? I'm like, obviously. Think I'm going to sit? Yeah, you've got to. Do you think I'm going to sit here and go, oh no, he beat me? Then I'm not a fighter. I'm a coward.
Islam might watch this. Never know. He might pull his YouTube
someone
up.
actually asked him about me the other week, didn't he, in Abu Dhabi?
Well,
and he said, oh, if he keeps winning fights, then he might get a title shot.
Well, there's something funny. If Islam watched this, what would you say to him?
I'd respect Islam. You know what I mean? He's a great champion. People will probably laugh at me for saying this, but obviously I think I'd beat him. I don't think any man on this planet that beat me ever got in a cage with him. I think I'd beat everyone.
So Islam wouldn't stand a chance if they got in a cage with you?
In my mind, no. You know what I mean?
And that's a champion. That's the mindset
I always
of a
say,
champion.
If you think anyone in your division or anyone that you're like rivals with, anything like that, can beat you, you're in the wrong sport. Go and do footy or rugby or cricket or basketball or hockey.
You've got to have that confidence in
where
yourself.
You've got a team.
My goal right now is to also get the belt back. I'd like to be champion again by the end of the year, next year, around this time next year. So just putting steps in place. I've lost a fight now in like 9 years. So it's getting used to that feeling again. I feel like I hate losing more than I love winning. There's not much you can do now, you know, just move on from that, you put it behind you. And for me, it's more about what's next and how do you get back to where you want to get to. My goal is to be a 2-time world champion.
You know that, and after I knock out Rashad, I'm coming for Jake Paul's neck because I see him trying to bully Conor McGregor. So I did a tweet. I'm waiting for him to tweet me back. He talking about he want to fight Conor McGregor MMA and stuff like that. Conor McGregor going through some other bullshit with false allegations and getting sued, shit like that. So you know what I'm saying, and you know he already pissed me off what he did with Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying.
Conor released a statement saying, "People want to hear from me. I needed time. I know I made mistakes. 6 years ago, I should have never responded to her outreaches. I should have shut the party down. I should never have stepped out on the woman I love the most in the world. That's all on me. As much as I regret it, everything that happened that night was consensual and all the witnesses present swore to that under oath. I have instructed my legal team to appeal the decision. I can't go back and I will move forward. I am beyond grateful to my family, friends, and supporters all over the world who have stayed by my side. That's it. No more. Getting back to the gym. The fight game awaits." Irish retail giant Musgrave has announced it is delisting all beverages associated with Conor McGregor from its retail network. The company did not provide an explanation for the decision, issuing a notice to store operators that simply stated all product is being delisted. The move comes just days after McGregor lost a civil case brought against him by Nikita Hunt.
He's trying to play something. I saw him in his eyes. What he's doing, some technique. Doesn't matter.